Welcome to another episode of Chasing the Wind. I'm Pastor Mark, and if you are watching this and the rapture happened, if you believe in the rapture, if Jesus came, then you were left behind watching this, and I hope it does something good for you. If you're not, then it doesn't matter. You're watching it and you're here, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you something to chew on here. The title of today's Chasing the Wind is Just Use the Teacup. I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and they were sharing about how they had there was this China teacup set for little kids. I think it was a little kids teacup set. Doesn't matter, but and how they were never allowed to use it. It had been given to them, but their mom was like, "No, you can't use this. This is like, oh, this is China. You'll break it, etc., etc., etc." So they probably had to use like the little plastic crappy ones, that they always give little kids. and we were having this conversation about all these things that are in boxes, and they were talking about how they had wedding gifts that they had out when they had a china cabinet, and they moved to a house, didn't have a china cabinet, and it was out, and it's like in the thing. And of course that just led to all sorts of conversations about stuff we have, and you open up a box and you're like, I didn't know we still had that. And so it got us talking about just using stuff, and I've heard stories about people. That's so precious to me, I can't get rid of it. And then they move out of their house into a like senior apartment or something. And they don't have room for it, and it's like you're hauling this stuff out to the road to be thrown away. And it's like, wait a minute, that was like really precious to you years ago. Yeah, but I can't take it with me. Just get rid of it now. Isn't it interesting? Treasures. I pulled out some treasures I have here. These are fountain pens that a good friend of mine and a member of my congregation, he makes pens and turns pens and all sorts of good stuff like that. And so this is one he gave me that's kind of a stained glass kind of shaft or whatever. This one's olive wood that he made. My wife got it for me because I was her field supervisor when she was working toward ordination. And this is a case for two of them that the same guy that makes the pens gave me for Christmas a couple years ago to hold my pens. And they are very, probably no one will ever want these, but I like them. I like writing with them. And sometimes I get ink all over my hands when I'm trying to fill them, but it doesn't matter. This is another one he gave me recently that they're sentimental to me. Probably no one else would matter to them, but they matter to me. And it's great having those like teacups and stuff. My wife has got some, and we have stuff in the archives of Hanson history that those things that you say, oh, don't touch those. Those are special. We had when we got married 31 years ago, my wife had picked out, and I just agreed to it, didn't matter to me, but she picked out false-graph trousseau was our pattern. And we got a lot of it, by the way. Someone knew that we were going to be that I was going to be pastoring and we'd be entertaining. And I will tell you, for 31 years, we never broke a piece. We used it for many dinners and stuff like that. Never was there a break. I was pulling one out a couple months ago, and it just caught, bing, a little chip finally came out. And I just stood there looking at it. I thought, oh no. And then I thought, Mark, who cares? It's like scars are a sign of healing. I have a coffee table in my front room that was made with the wood off of a dear saint in Milwaukee. He had land, and he had milled some wood, and he made us a coffee table, and he turned the legs and everything, and it's just a wonderful piece. And if you look at it, there's some teeth marks in it from puppies who decided that that would be a good thing to kind of bite into every now and then. And every now and then I'll look at that, and I thought, oh, I should fix that. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to fix that, because there's nothing to be fixed. It's kind of perfect just the way it is. You picking up what I'm laying down, wind chasers? So I said to my friend when she was talking about these teacups that she has now, and I said, use them. Just use them. Teacups were meant to be used. Fountain pens were meant to be used. My friend did not give me this fountain pen. If you want to look into these, by the way, go to addictedtopens.com, I believe it is. Al Myers, a little shameless plug there from Al. He and his sons make their, whatever they call, little cartridges, whatever they are. Al did not give me these pens to look pretty. They are pretty. This one's smoke. You can kind of see through it a little bit. You can, I can. But the whole point of this is to write with it. He also told me I need to take penmanship classes, but that's another story. I won't hold that against you, Al. I will be sending this to you. I enjoy writing with it. And I'm going to tell you, when I do write with it, it reminds me of a guy who is passionate about pens. He didn't give me a pen to look at. He gave me a pen to use. God didn't give you the talents he's given you to just be put up in a china cabinet. He gave them to you to be used. He gave you treasure to be used and to be shared. Here's the wonderful thing. I use these to write notes to people sometimes. Sometimes the very things that we hold as treasures are not to be treasured in the sense of just put up on a shelf. They're to be treasured, and sometimes the way they're treasured is by using them. And you are a treasure. God designed you just so, with something in order to be used. And how sad would it be for you to be put in a box and just shoved in God's basement storage when he says, yeah, I kind of had a purpose for you. So get it out and use it. And those things that you're treasuring, they say, oh, I better not use it. How about you pull out that teacup and have tea with a friend of yours? Oh, how about have tea with your grandkids or your children? Yeah, but what if it breaks? What if it does? Yeah, what if it breaks? What if it doesn't break? Boy, there's some stuff to chew on, wind chasers. So you know what? I'm going to let you chew on it. Keep chasing the wind. Till next time, I'm Pastor Mark. Grace and peace.